UNPAVED, Sean Salisbury here. We're bringing authentic, real stuff to you. Hardcore opinion.
Sean Salisbury, a great NFL analyst, a former NFL quarterback.
To me, Tom Brady is the GOAT because he's done more with less than any player at that position we've ever had.
Hi, welcome in. Just looking over one thing here. Just wanted to finalize a little baseball line that I need to look at. Hey, welcome in Unpaid. I'm Sean. Adam Sager is along as well. Adam G. Sager on Twitter. I'm at Sean Unfiltered. I am in Detroit. Red Sox first two games of the series in their favor. We're going to hit that in a second. I'm about to go scorched earth on a Detroit Tiger, former Houston Astro here in a second. Segs, I am also, we are going to discuss, I'm bought into 24 teams, about 85% of it, which I'm like too many. But the reasons are right. The reasons of 24 are right. I believe for the most part, there's no way the 24th team is winning it. They're never winning a championship. You can't. But for the most part, as I look in it deeper and just get out of it's too much and try to learn, we'll discuss that. Maybe you might try to talk me back the other way. Is that why? We'll get to it.
Yeah, I'm not a good.
We'll get to it. Be a good debate. Be a good debate. I'm not 100% on either, but I am more because I was like, hell, when 16 felt heavy to me, right? 24. What are we at? 12 right now. 16 was like, okay. 24. I mean, doubling down on this, that's a third of the teams in college Division I for the most close to it, right? Almost. Mm-hmm. But we'll get to that. We, also at the end, some news and notes about Aaron Rodgers and, Groundhog Day continues with his normal offseason. But Segs, we start with, and shockingly enough, which is music to my ears. I love golf, and so do you. Mm-hmm. One of the bigger stories, the LIV thing's there, but it's who's involved with the LIV thing that makes this really interesting on what's next. Because at the end of this season with all that's going on, they're not. This is it. Right. They're done. Regardless of any final. They're done.
They don't have the funds.
That's exactly right. The Graham McDowells and I know you got a bunch to tee me up on and read some of the things that Bryson DeChambeau said. But I will tell you this, the thing I think that when I look at the golfers real quick, Segs, when they went, and listen, Pat Perez, great friend of mine. Phil Mickelson, friend, love him. I mean, there's a lot of everybody has their opinion on golfers, whether you love them or not. I got mine, you got yours. I'm good with it. I don't give a shit who you like. I don't need your validation or approval. I mean, not yours, but anybody's, who we like and who we don't. Whether you hated it, it was blood money, how dare them. Fine. We all have opinions. And I don't think to me, it was never exclusive either way, where it's all PGA Tour, all LIV. I got it both ways. Some of it's bullshit. The biggest bullshit thing about it for the players that win is when they pissed in our face and told us it was raining, like Graham McDowell. And he finally came out and admitted he's a major winner. He's a European guy. He's been a Ryder Cupper. When he said, I want to help expand grow the game. Get the fuck out of here. Right. Grow the game. Graham McDowell, as good a player as he's been, and he's had it in the past. I mean, he's been good and in his part of the world, good player. He may not be over. You walked into a bar in America, nobody's going to know who he is. But he still has been he's won plenty. But when you say that, it's so self-serving. That'd be the equivalent. Now, maybe he's in his career, but I won't even use me. Somebody who's a really good player that got to a Super Bowl or won a Super Bowl but isn't a Hall of Famer or a consistent all-pro type of player. Good player, got his, but not – you're not going to say, man, maybe the top 25 golfers, Graham McDowell's name's never showing up. Yet
Right.
I like him. But he went and he said that he wanted to grow the game. It'd be like, oh, I'm going to go to Europe, Segs, me and a group of guys with us, and we're going to grow the game in Japan. Now, if Tom Brady wants to go to the game in Japan, Bryson DeChambeau, Brooks Koepka, Tiger Woods, in their sport somewhere else in Europe, great. Tiger Woods didn't go to LIV. He didn't go to – you know what I'm saying? So it was almost like, yeah, I want to grow the game. Really? You ain't filling up the stands like at the Phoenix Open because you grew the game into LIV. It wasn't going to happen. Then he made a mistake, and he should have just said, like Koepka did, I'm going for the dough, man.
Right.
I'm leaving to go for the fucking money. I'm not going because, well, I want to grow the game and it's all good. And, well, competition's good. Segs, look, John Rahm didn't go there to grow the friggin' game.
Right.
He didn't go there to get better. John Rahm
big ass
didn't go
contract
there,
they got
right.
offered.
Yeah, 400, 500 million, whatever it was. That's why you went.
Yeah.
Because it creates, and I don't blame the 100th player in the world that was never like Thomas Peters. He said he's never going back. The PGA Tour is not for him. Well, the truth of the matter is nobody misses Thomas Peters on tour because he's not going to win much here. If he went and got 25, 30, 40 million, whatever he got, hell, why wouldn't you create security? Then maybe one day you come back, get the bag. If you want to play, go play in Europe and play the rest of your life on the DP World Tour. Great. There's a lot of money to be made there too. But the self-serve, well, I'm going there because I'm going to change him. No, sons of bitches, you're going there because when somebody hands you 400 million guaranteed, that's why you're going. Okay, so but Bryson DeChambeau is a different unicorn for this, Segs, and there's a lot going on with this conversation about him and their path back, but also his path is even going to be different in his mind than the other guys for reasons we'll discuss here.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting how each different golfer navigates this. You talk about Bryson DeChambeau, he said basically he doesn't know what will happen with the PGA Tour if and when LIV Golf dissolves, but he did say he's prepared to grow his YouTube channel, which we know is become a big thing right now in YouTube, is the golf side of things, where, there are so many influencers that are blowing up the game of golf on YouTube, and people seem to love it. And then he'll play in tournaments that want him to play. So we'll see where that goes. But what do you make of DeChambeau saying basically like, well, yeah, once it's done, I'm prepared to just go YouTube golf roll and bring in my money that way. And then if I'll play some tournaments here or there, maybe if I get invited to a major and whatnot, he can play in those. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, there's so many layers for DeChambeau. Even a guy like Koepka who couldn't stand him. They had that rivalry. Then they hung around on the LIV Tour and got to know each other better. And Koepka said, you know what? I like him. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Because and DeChambeau's grown. You call it DeChambeau, however you pronounce his name, wherever you put the accent on it. That he's actually gone 180 degrees with his personality. He was like arrogant and unapproachable and, not engaging with the fans, and 180 degree different. He'll stop and sign autographs for 45 minutes. He has conquered that part of the biggest question on him. Is this guy a douchebag dickhead that can just hit the ball 400 miles, right?
Right.
That's how people thought of him. Now you look at him and it's like, damn, I've always liked him. I thought he beat to a different drum, but now I watch him engage, and this dude will stop for everybody. He's engaging now. He tinkers all the time. The guy wants his clubs all the same. When it comes to club manufacturing, the rest of it, dude, he is out of it. He tinkers so much. It's a day-to-day that with his, I think his the golf company he was with, Segs, with his putters he wants to manufacture his own clubs. The CEO said that he wanted like 50+% of equity in the company. Maybe it's LA Golf or something. I can't remember what it was.
I'd have to look it up.
But Segs, he said that, and he meant it as a compliment, but also Bryson's tough to deal with because you have to have your own team for him. Midnight, he calls at midnight saying, man, here, I want to do this with my sand wedge, which is fine. But we talk about tinkers, dude. This guy is a tinkerer, right? But getting back to the personality, so he's won people over, including players. Now, so maybe the McElroys and the rest of it haven't bought in, but he's won a lot of people over. If you were on the fence, you like him now. If you didn't like him, he's hard not to like because he's everyday guy, because he's a YouTube guy. He stops and engages with the fans. He doesn't back off his opinion on how he feels. He does stuff in his bare feet at his house where he's flopping balls into a bucket on the other side as far as YouTube. So there's so many layers to him. And the unicorn part of it is normally a YouTube guy, Segs, if he was a PGA guy, I'm talking about it's as into it as he is.
Yeah.
His game's not real good. He can just do a bunch of fun
Grant
shit.
Horvat.
Right.
Solid
Horvat,
player, but he can make more money doing the YouTube thing.
Right. Horvat's going to come and dominate you and me, and he's done a phenomenal job on YouTube.
Yeah,
I love the kid.
Great channel, yeah.
But he's not going to go win 5 tournaments in a year. That'd be fun to have him in. And now at this stage, why would you? The dude's printing money with all the stuff. They're getting like the YouTube tour and from the good guys to a bar stool. I mean, they're all kind of engaging, and it's pretty cool for the. Now, can they sustain it? Do people want to watch average golfers hacking around, or do we want to watch experts? Kind of like watching minor league football, Segs, but I like it. I'm talking about for me, I do. And I love what the YouTubers are. I'd like to do more because I like guys that'll walk through a serious lesson and then are out there dicking around or getting to go and play 5 holes or 9 holes with Scotty Scheffler. It's cool. So he's got that. Let's make no mistake about it. Unlike most guys on this tour, PGA Tour or LIV, Bryson DeChambeau's personality and his grasp and his embracing YouTube, if he never plays another round on the PGA Tour, Bryson, forget the LIV money he made. Bryson DeChambeau will make enough money on YouTube to support him and 1,000 others. He can go get even more creative and never play a round of golf on the PGA Tour and make more money than about 90% of them. He could be the #1 golf channel if he wants to go that route and really put everything into it. If he said screw, middle fingered him, said I'm not going back. I've won my majors. I dueled Rory and hit a bunker shot. I mean, I've won majors, so I'm not just a guy who hits it 400 yards and is a YouTube sensation. I'm a guy who hits it 400 yards, YouTube sensation, can putt, magical around certain things. When I'm going, I'm confident, I'm engaging, and I've got majors, and I can kick your ass, and I'm a Ryder Cupper, and I'm all U.S. all the time. So he's got all these layers. So his road back, you mentioned the path back for different. One, Segs, I still stand firm, even though I got buddies. You left, you went and got paid. You don't get a free ticket back. We've already seen with Patrick Reed and Koepka, you're not getting the free ticket back. There's got to be a road that's difficult to get back. Now, the other side of me says, shit, the PGA Tour just laid off, 100 guys? 100 workers or something. They're cutting back to, they want to, as you see, they get rid of the tournaments in Hawaii. They're scaling back. They're taking some of their people and probably double them down on jobs. They're trying to scale down to build, what do they call it? Scarcity. They want scarcity, and they want more of these events that matter more. But they're making it tougher for the guy who's on the bubble golfer to break in. Segs, they're making it brutal to do that, right? So with DeChambeau, he's obviously the road back to get back because he's going to have to jump over some hurdles. In the meantime, he's not going to be starving for money like the 180th guy might be. He's going to make plenty of money. The question is, does the competitive nature make him push hard and say, screw it, here's $10 million, I got it. That's a few months on YouTube, and I'm back in. Or Patrick Reed, go to the world DP World Tour, or go qualify somewhere else, or maybe get an exemption that's not the majors because he still gets to play in those. Yeah. And you know what, Segs, that a lot of guys hate that. He plays on a LIV tour and then goes and wins a major on the PGA Tour. It drives him crazy, right? So, this week DJ's back. He got an exemption to come. He's playing. Phil's not. Max Homa got in, but Homa's a PGA Tour guy anyway. But the LIV guys like DJ are playing. And so for DeChambeau, Segs, I want him back. He doesn't need And he's even admitted to road back. He goes, I could bring with the PGA Tour restructuring with Brian Rolapp, their CEO, and how they're getting all these meetings, and now the Tiger Woods issue off the field, off the golf course, and trying to get it where they scarcity and which courses do you move Pebble Beach to June? Or are we moving these around schedule-wise to accommodate the players, bigger purses? DeChambeau would bring that. He is a unicorn for this. He would bring it. But he still needs to go through the hurdles because he left to go get money. We can't send him, let him go collect the money, come on back. Yet, in this type of society, maybe you can. Maybe it's like anything, the best of the best. We're going to give you favorite, man. You've won majors. Maybe the guys who win majors, you come back in quicker than I don't know. But if you're trying to keep it the 80th guy just as happy as the first guy, then you can't let them just stroll in because there's going to be people that are pissed. But more visibility. The tour wouldn't have made all these changes, Segs, if they had it going perfect. Heck, that's why these guys left and created this in the first damn place. So there's so many layers I know we're talking to. DeChambeau's going to be fine. Golf's better with him in it. There's more the little controversy. He knows how to get under people's skin. He's engaging, but he's going to be fine without it. But he even said, you'd think, I can bring something and help them raise. He's one of the few needle movers that does put asses in the seats, that does make you want to go watch him on the driving range, all this shit. So depending on the road back, and the unicorn part is he can crush it on YouTube. He's engaging, and he can go beat you in a major and play phenomenal, bring you to your knees golf if you're the best player in the world. He's that good. So, but I think that arrogance of, you want to make more money, have me back. But the guy's not going to struggle for it. He can build it any way he wants, but you still got to make it difficult for them to get back. Segs, the question is how difficult and how much is it more hold a grudge or move the tour forward? That's what you're going to deal with the LIV guys. Because how many needle movers are on LIV right now? Dustin Johnson, is he a needle mover still? He lost his competitive. He lost his competitive flair. He did it. Maybe he'll get it back if he comes back. I don't even know how serious he is about coming back outside the majors. He's made enough money. DeChambeau, Rahm, Tyrrell Hatton, when he's playing good, although in the majors, like his last 7 majors, he hadn't made a cut. Cam Smith has struggled, but he's playing good. He's the best putter in the world. So what? And if Neiman wants to come back,
Patrick
PGA
Reed.
Tour. Patrick Reed, he's on his way back. What? Less than 10 of them move the needle for you? 6, 5. And he's at the top of the list with Rahm, probably, as far as, wow. And Tyrrell Hatton can win every week. So I don't know if you make special accommodations for the better player, but Bryson DeChambeau has got it whipped because he can kill you on YouTube and he can kill you on the tour. And that's his advantage.
Right. And John Rahm also spoke on this, basically saying, with the contracts and stuff, he doesn't see a way out of his contract while the LIV Tour is out there searching for that money. They're searching for somebody to come in and fund the tour to keep it going. Like we've said, doubt they find it. And I think John Rahm will be back on the PGA Tour at some point in the coming years. But it always comes back to that question we've talked about a million times. What is the PGA Tour going to make them? What hoops are they going to have to jump through to get back on the PGA Tour?
Well, if Rahm would just get back and do his thing with the DP World Tour, which it's amazing when you have that conversation and you're not faced with the decision you want, the end game. It's amazing how quick you come to a decision with the other people. Say, we've both made consolations. We're going to come together. Dude, you're John Rahm. Go win a fucking couple of them on the DP World Tour and get your ass back here, like Patrick Reed's done. He already won 2 at the beginning of the year, and Reed will be back. So, or pay your fine. And some guys you robbed Peter when you left, and God bless you. I don't blame you. But you have to pay Paul when you come back. But I know this: DeChambeau and John Rahm will be back on tour. It's a matter of when, not if. When and what hoops are they willing to go through? Even if the guys want them back, and I think the guys would want your best golfers back. But Segs, they went and collected the bag. And now they want to come back at times without paying some of the bag back. Yeah. And that's the problem. But DeChambeau, he'll laugh his way to $10 million on YouTube. Oh. So what the hell's he got to worry about? It's just the competitive nature that I think a lot of these guys lost at LIV. Now, real quick, Segs, about this YouTube stuff. Where do you stand on more YouTube feelings on the PGA Tour? Like not a bunch of Waste Management Phoenix Opens. That one's enough during the year, but a feeling of, do we need more? Like, would more asses, okay, you got the bro golfers at the old school stiff, the stodgy stiff guys that you can't stand. And then you got the hat backwards, untucked golfer that goes to a guy plays like the Waste Man. They can't afford to pay $100,000 to join a club, public golf. And they're fun and they're good players and they want to drink beer on the course and smoke cigars and listen to music on their golf cart. I sit on both. I can do both depending on the group I'm with. But there is something to be said for loosen the shit up a little bit. But there's also something to be said for fix your divot. This isn't a bullshit. So the professionalism. So where do you think, like, for instance, on these tournaments, like the John Deere Classic?
Yeah.
Should we, should we implement YouTube team versus a pro team during the pro-am to draw? I mean, what do we do, Segs? I mean, I'm still trying to weigh where YouTube fits into the. Look at good in the fall, Segs. They're sponsoring they're spending all the money to be the main sponsor for a tournament. And they're in the throes, and along with Grant Horvat, where he started, they are YouTube. That's where they're making all their money in their apparel. So what do you feel about that?
I really think that there is room for, the YouTube type tour where it doesn't got to be like the PGA where it's, a ton of events. But if you have a 10 event season for these YouTube golfers and you can get funding behind it, and it's not going to be crazy money like the PGA, but you could make a lot of money because people want to go see almost more regular golfers. You want to see people that play like you, and you can do all that kind of shit you were just talking about with the music, and you can kind of change it and have more fun with it, and
drink a beer while you're playing without disrespecting the game. Right?
Exactly. You can still fix all your divots and do all that, take care of the course. There's nothing wrong with that. But Sean, I look at the Savannah Bananas. Look how they've changed baseball and the amount of money that they make.
They're the Harlem Globetrotters. They're the Harlem Globetrotters, Segs.
Yes. And I'm not saying it's got to be crazy like that. You don't need all the dancing and the bullshit. But golf is a game that, you can't really go out and just play baseball anymore if you're an adult. There's, there's some leagues, but you don't get to do that.
You need more people. You can't do it by yourself unless you're throwing a ball against the wall.
Golf every day if you want as a normal person. And we see these PGA Tour players that are great and it's amazing what they can do, but sometimes you get a little bored watching it. Now, if you got somebody out there that they may skull one across the green, you're watching to be like, I mean, that YouTube, that internet invitational that Barstool and Bob Does Sports did last year.
Yeah, they like
that was awesome.
Prize. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was amazing the way they did it. They
players.
They put teams together. They did like a draft. I mean, you tell me you don't put 10 of those together a year on some nice courses and get some backing and some funding behind it. Even if it's just on YouTube, millions and millions of people will watch that.
Oh, there's no doubt. And then open mic, where you can hear it's on YouTube. Yeah. You can say what you want.
Say what you want.
And they got to understand, like the good guys do a really good job. So does Horvat. Of all they do all the YouTube stuff. They still, when they're in that tournament, they're still focused and they're still professional. They're not walking in people's lines. They love golf. They love golf. They just added a spin to the fun. Like you mentioned, the Bananas, the Globetrotters used to be. Then you're going to get the old school, which you and I sit on. I love some old school Major League Baseball rules that we should still follow. I hate that we change the change. Mm-hmm. But I also think that, the Savannah Bananas, a lot of those kids, now it's incumbent upon the parents and the coaches that you're not disrespecting the Little League kids now. Or be careful to take the Savannah Bananas to your high school that leads to college, that leads to pro. And guys look like you're an asshole. We don't do that at this level yet. I think that you can add a little bit of fun to it too. And the Savannah Bananas are here to stay, and they're making an impact as long as we understand that it's for a reason. Raise money, do stuff for charity, have a former player come and play, or an actor, and he's pitching, or when Will Ferrell, that stuff's great. So with the PGA Tour, which is a little tougher to break in because it's such old school, but to implement it, to have your own, and even implement a little fun. Segs, I know this is going to sound, as a guy who has old school stuff, but didn't play golf much growing up because I couldn't afford it.
Right.
I was that guy who you hope your buddy, you didn't have the right clothing and you wear your tennis shoes sometimes, right? Because you couldn't buy clubs and you borrow your buddies or rent a set and you'd be hitting with whatever size you could. There's this part of golf that I almost feel like would it be cool to have one tournament a year that we adopt a little bit? And people, well, we don't do that here. Why? Well, change is good for everything. Not to make sure it's regular, but I would love to see caddies versus players given handicaps on one tournament a year where the caddies flip. The caddies play and the pro carries. I mean, now somebody's going to steal my idea, watch Segs, and they're going to get paid for it. Think about this. Those caddies can flat out play, dude. They're the caddies for a lot of these. Cam Young's guy was a college teammate. He can fucking go out and shoot 70 tomorrow.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be great to have a PGA Tour sponsored event played in Hilton Head at another course in Arizona? I don't care where the course. You had a really nice course and flip it. That's kind of a YouTube feel where the caddy, the caddy is playing in place of that. It just flips, and it's a 3-dayer or a 4-dayer, and the money's decent size. And now you're listening to the caddy. Does the caddy ever even seek the advice from his guy because he's the one giving advice at times? I think it'd be cool to add that along the way so we know that golf's for everybody.
Yeah.
Because there is a feeling for some that golf's not for everybody because, well, on the PGA Tour, we don't allow this. I think there's a way to add more fun and put a smile without losing the respect of the game and keeping the credibility, the values of the game. But also, we can loosen up a little. You're not going to play Led Zeppelin with the guys at Augusta. Right. I get it, but just to do it. And to answer the question on there was asked, do players want the LIV golfers back? I think the players in quiet. Now, I think a lot of them that didn't go, like the Rorys, don't care. They've got plenty of money. But I'm sure there's some who thought, man, I wonder if I'd have gone. If they could make it easy to come back, I should have gone and got my bag and come on back. But I think players, like in any league, players rally around players most of the time, and they'd welcome them back. But if you're the 100th player and these guys come back, they're just pushing you further down the list. So that makes it tough. I want them back, but I wouldn't let them back just because they add something to the tour. I'd let them back when they earn it, Segs, or when they paid their fines. I would.
100%. Last night in Detroit, where you are, we saw former Astros starting pitcher who just signed with the Tigers this offseason, Framber Valdez, face off against the Boston Red Sox. Wilson Contreras, Wilyer Abreu go back-to-back. Trevor Story walks up. First pitch, four-seam fastball, straight to the back of Trevor Story. Shoulder, upper shoulder, low upper back. And, you could just tell when Framber Valdez does his thing, when he's pissed, like when he crossed up his catcher on purpose after he told him, the catcher waved him to step off. Well, Framber still threw the pitch, gave up a home run. Very next pitch, Framber throws a fastball on a called breaking pitch, and it crossed the catcher up, hit the catcher square in the chest. This is Framber Valdez. This is what he does. He was ejected from the game last night. This is after he'd given up, 10 earned runs? It's 10-2. Less than 4 innings. And there you see he hits Trevor Story up and in, up high on the shoulder. There's no place for this shit in baseball, especially like this. Now, I get policing yourselves, players policing themselves when it comes to certain things. But this is a guy who is pissed off. He gave up a couple of home runs, had given up 10 runs, and took it out on Trevor Story and the Boston Red Sox. And it's a joke. I saw today that I think it was Jeff Passan saying he could be leveled up to a 7-game suspension for that last night. So the floor is yours. Tell me what you think about this. As a Red Sox fan, as a guy who's followed Framber all our years in Houston together and how good of a pitcher he was, how do you feel about this?
Yeah, and Segs, and working for 8 years at the flagship station.
Yeah, you were. Yep, we were
and I would still light him up in a respectful way.
Right.
I don't have any limitations on me now as far as FCC. Let me tell you something about this guy. First off, you can look at a guy when they get ejected and they don't fight back, meaning Fromber, that you know damn well he did it. Yep. There's not a person in the ballpark from A.J. Hinch right on down that thinks that Fromber Valdez did not do this on purpose, and neither did they know the Red Sox knew. It was a benign. The benches didn't clear. The benches walked out and got in front. They held Story back, and it was benign. It wasn't a brawl. It was a pillow fight. It wasn't a fight, right?
Well, if you notice, Valdez was behind all his
teammates. Of course.
He was back in the back. And
he's a gutless, I'm talking about on the field. I don't know the guy off the field. I don't care. It seemed like I've heard people talk about him, and it feels like he's got a fun personality. I don't give a shit about that. Let's call it like we see it. If Pedro would have been pitching for the Red Sox or Clemens or Randy Johnson in Seattle or whoever it was, we can name, you know the names. They didn't have to be the big names. Bob Gibson would have. It doesn't matter that Fromber got ejected because old school, the umpire wouldn't have issued warnings until after the other team got there.
Right.
That it doesn't matter who your hitter, and that hitter would have understood you're just going to get hit with a fastball in a rib cage. Fromber doesn't even know how to hit you right. He's a half foot away from head hunting. He can't even hit you in the thigh or the back if he's pissed. This is a gutless chicken shit coward on the baseball diamond, and he always has been. And he not only does it to the opponent, he does it to his own team, as you mentioned, when he crossed his catcher up after giving up a ball that he didn't like. There's no softer-minded bitch in baseball when it comes to dealing with adversity than this guy. Billion-dollar talent. When I say million, nowadays baseball, $1 billion talent's right around the corner. $1 million talent. Segs, when he is going good, he's one of the best left-handers in baseball, one of the best pitchers in baseball. He is a front-running son of a bitch, man. He'll get out in front. You're going good the first 3 innings. Oh, good. Fromber's fine. 1 error, 2 bad pitches in back-to-back jobs. Guy homers off you because you lift your little sinker hanging up in the strike zone, and he hammers it into the Crawford boxes. And then your catcher and you treat your disrespect your own teammate. I don't even think Detroit. I think Boston knew that the Detroit players last night think that the guy they have is a 2-bit coward when it comes to this. Gutless as it gets. So talented. It's the extreme both ways. There's no middle. Going good. Oh, Fromber, man, what a player. I had Smoltz on, Segs. You weren't in Houston, but Smoltz was on my local show when I was in Houston, doing it in Houston. He was talking about Hunter Brown, who's hurt, and Fromber Valdez, who's there. And he said, as far as the 1-2 goes, they're getting ready for the late season run, which they missed the playoffs last year. And Smoltz was talking about, I'll take either one. You could tell, though, and when Smoltz's comments, that leaning towards Hunter Brown, because Hunter Brown's a tough-ass bulldog, speaking of Detroit, where he grew up, right? And as a Verlander fan. That's the difference. And when it got down to it, everything on the line, he's taking Hunter Brown over Fromber, even though Fromber's a premium left-hander. I can't call you a premium left-hander when you're gutless, because the second something goes bad, he's got the mind of a minnow. And if you don't know what a minnow is, Google it, okay? Yeah. If you don't know anything about fish or a minnow, he is a great front runner. There's a reason why a premium Segs, we don't let premium left-handers leave. You don't let them walk. When they do, there's a reason the Astros let this guy leave the building, Segs. There's a special look at their you don't think they could use him? Hell, they got a 6 ERA in Houston this year. They're not going to make the playoffs. Dana Brown and Joe Espada got 1 year they're lame ducks right now, and the way they're playing, Jim Crane's going to run them out at the end of the year. Correa's now out for the season. I mean, but back to Fromber, dude. I've been witnessing this year after year, and you want to say you can't move him, and then he does this. You say, of course you can move him. You get rid of his ass. He's not worth the $20 million or $25 million. Get him out. And Houston said, let him walk. And now he's Detroit's problem. Now he'll go at some point in time, Segs, he'll win 3 in a row, and everybody will think he's good. He'll go through adversity. Don't let him pitch the 7th game of a World Series and get down 2-0 on back-to-back jobs. Because forget hitting somebody. That dude will go so deep into the tank, it'll be like somebody who's in AA for 20 years and never made it to the major leagues. He is a 2-cent head, gutless with a heart the size of the early what's the guy at Christmas time? The Grinch. Oh, the Grinch. We got a heart to and I still haven't seen it grow. Oh, it grows when things are good and he's getting paid and they're winning. Don't ask Fromber to deal with adversity because he'll take a speed bump and it'll end up being Mount Everest. The guy is a gutless coward on the field, and it had nothing to do with the Red Sox. I'd be saying this, it was the Savannah Bananas. It's chicken shit baseball. But more importantly, forget even the hit. Segs, you want to talk about a guy, hey, can you trust him? This is the one where somebody, this is the type of your teammates sitting there at a beer afterwards. It's just my opinion. Hey, man, do you trust Fromber when things are going bad? Here's how they'd all react, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I plead the fifth. Well, I don't
Cover
have to
your
plead
face,
the fifth. Fromber Valdez, you can't count on him in nut cutting time. You can count on him nut cutting time if you've gone 5 innings and you're up 4-0, and he's
right.
He's a great ground ball pitcher. The second guy makes an error, and Fromber's been known to throw the ball down the first base line a few damn times in his day. Guy, he gives up a home run and blames it on the damn catcher. He's a guy that you say, you know what? I don't care how good you are when you're good. You're just as shitty when you're bad, and you're a pussy-ass teammate. Forget it. Fromber Valdez has and he's a frontline starter. But look at the toughness look at both left-handers on that team.
Yeah.
When Skubal's healthy and him.
Yeah.
Don't you look at one, say bulldog, and another one say adversity, we got no shot.
Yeah.
Overpaid, overpriced, and overrated because he doesn't know how to deal with adversity.
Kind of overlooked yesterday, especially with the Valdez thing at the major league level. And I saw this because I'm a White Sox fan, so I follow White Sox Twitter a lot. Last night, Garrett Cole made a rehab start down in high A. Yep. Now, here he is. This is Caleb Bonnemer, one of the White Sox top prospects, a top 20 prospect in all of baseball.
Good player, got a great future. Yeah.
He had already hit a home run off Garrett Cole, and he roped a hard single to left field off Garrett Cole. Third at bat, he comes up, first pitch, boom. Same place as Trevor Story got hit on a four-seam fastball, and you could just see the way Garrett Cole just turns, he just give me the ball. Like, he's doing this at the minor league level to minor leaguers because he had given up hits. He had given up another home run to somebody else. And we have Garrett Cole, another former Astro, now a Yankee, doing this shit in the minor leagues to minor league guys, to top prospects.
What was the knock at times on Garrett Cole? Get sideways and whine about it a little bit, right?
Yes.
And you know what? Some people even thought the guy's a monster on the mound. But remember when he went to New York, what was some of the talks, Eggs? And you know this, you're a diehard baseball guy like I am. Is he going to be able to handle New York?
Yeah.
Because 3 bad starts in New York and they'll treat it like it's a bad season. They demand it quickly. So that's a veteran sending a message, young guy, and good on the young hitter after he ropes him a couple times. Yeah. Okay, I'm in the minor leagues. I'm gonna give you this one. You hit me, but if I'm that guy there, I'm keeping score.
Yeah, I'm remembering that when I touch the majors next year.
That's exactly right. Because you run one in on me again to have it happen if I hammer you. I don't care if you're Garrett Cole or not. Now it's the respect factor. We're fucking fighting.
Yeah.
But regardless of how big you are and the rest of it, Cole's a big old dude. But you know what? That'll get lost because the reputation for one exceeds meaning Fromber than Cole. But that was blatant, and he wanted the ball back. It was almost like, you got yours, young fella. Learn a lesson. You're not allowed to hit off me. Well, then don't throw down the cock so I can drive it wherever I want, right? So, it is Segs. I do miss some of the old school get even. I do. I know that. I do. I miss the days when you did it and you just knew coming to play. There was no argument. An umpire sent back, said, I'm not doing shit. I'm not stepping out in front of home plate because your bitch ass team decided to hit this guy after 2 home runs blatant. They get their chance to retaliate. Now, if you headhunt on the retaliation, then the suspension's going to be longer. But you pluck a guy in the thigh, the smart player runs to first base, doesn't rub it, and talks to first base, say, damn, I had to take the punishment for my bitch ass pitcher who put me under fire. Right. I miss that, but it is. I didn't even see that till this one says. Now you pointed out that's a blatant Garrett Cole. I'm sending a message to a minor leaguer. You're not allowed to hit the ball off me.
Right. I mean,
there you go.
It's a joke, and both pitchers both come off as very soft throughout their entire career. I mean, that's just what they are.
Do either one have a World Series ring yet, Segs?
No, right? Did Cole win one in Houston? I can't remember. I never.
Well, you know what I'm trying to
who
think?
wins what.
Did he get the one here?
remember.
Was it opposite? Because he was here a couple of years. I'm trying to think. If Verlander got his. We'll have to do it. I'm trying to remember. Now, when Cole was here, the year that Verlander won Cole could have won the Cy Young here
No,
too.
Garrett Cole has not won one.
There you go. So it was, but I think there were 1-2 Cy Young one year, and a lot of people thought that it could have been Garrett Cole could have won it as opposed in Houston as opposed to Verlander. I think. Yeah, I didn't think he had one here, so I don't think he's got one. And I know he hasn't got one in New York yet. So there you go.
Yep. So you see. All right, you said something real quick here. End out the show. You said something earlier that kind of caught me by surprise. The NCAA and the coaches have basically agreed upon the 24-team playoff for the college football playoff. And I am one, I've said on this show multiple times, I'm steadfast against it. I can be talked into 16 because it makes it even. I like the 12 because you do get buys, so winning means something. You don't just have to play that first week. So I guess I really do like the 12. My favorite is still the 8, but we never even had it. We just went from 4 to 12. So I would rather have 8 if I was really picking. I'm okay with 12. 16 can be talked into it. 24 is insane to me. But you said you've kind of been talked into it. So I need to hear why. What do you think the reasons are that you are saying, okay, 24, not as bad as I thought. I'm behind it. Go ahead.
A loss or two during the season, the best teams will still play. Get in. And Steggs, I'm with you. Trust me, when I say talked off, but I still got one foot dangling on the other side. And it's not a matter of waffling. It's a matter of just trying to gain information, right? Because I am with you. I don't believe, unlike maybe in basketball or in College World Series in baseball, on the sheer number of games you have to play depth-wise. Now, with the way they're talking about getting to it, maybe the 12th or 14th team does, but the team that would be ranked 24th in the country, let's just put it that way. Fair enough, Segs? Mm-hmm. Do you see them winning 5 games?
No. Nope.
Yeah. The attrition and the depth of it, you'll upset. You can win a few if a quarterback gets hot and you play good deep. But at somewhere along the line, you're going to sustain it. The 24th team, which puts us where, Segs, more than, when my Trojans are 24th, they have not been good enough to win it, let alone if they're you can go through, can Tennessee and their Tennessee explosive offense, they'll usually hover in that range, right? You see them rolling out 4, 5, 6 in a row, Segs?
No.
Me either. You would have to, I think it would be the major aberration. I know people say, well, Indiana did it with 12. Nobody thought Indiana. Aberration, there's always a chance. Slim and none and Slim and none are really close together in this one, right? I mean, they're bunched. So that part of it, I'd bet now, if I had a bundle of cash, that if we're talking 15 years from now, would the last seed from 20 to 24, will they have a national title under that format? And I think I'd win on a futures bet. I'm 100% convinced.
Agreed.
All right, so that part, I'm still with you, Segs. But here's some of the stuff to like. The conference championships don't hold any weight anymore.
Well, in this scenario, they would go away in terms of
that's my point.
Conference
You're eliminating them.
Yes. No,
you're eliminating them. And I know you got to love I know you got to love, Segs, getting this shit done quicker.
Oh, for sure.
So that you got to love that. So, and it would, because and give Army, Navy their time by themselves, leave open some other dates in case, and start the playoff earlier. And instead of the conference championship, we're up and running in December, rolling earlier. So we're rolling through the thing. Not 2 bye weeks, 1, all for it. Don't need 2. And just on the revenue and home games in the first, Segs, one thing we don't get in Division I college football, you get to play at home.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. Well, they're
higher
playing
seed.
Right. I'm talking about the higher seed, right?
Yeah.
You get like now. I don't know how. Is there a way we could you structure it, say, for every first round game? I think is that the proposed every first round game would be played at a home venue.
I believe so. Yes.
That's the way we're going to do it, right? So that's enticing because guess what, Sigs? You're going to eliminate. Okay, let's go. I'm just using a bowl game. It has nothing to do with whether it's 12 or 24. But the 24th team in the country that plays in the Alamo Bowl, I was at it last year. There was crowd. Good teams travel. Do you think anybody cares?
No.
For the most part?
No.
Make a little money. Some teams go back out of a bowl game, right? So at least in a home game, you're going to get energy. There's going to be more energy, right? So I do like that. I think it's watered down for the extra 12. I completely do. And then the revenue. There's going to be more revenue. And we know when it comes to revenue, people crave it, right?
Yeah.
So people, I mean, it's all about the money. The main thing for me is, Sigs, I like the energy for home games. I like the getting it done sooner. I like the fact that I used to love conference championships. They don't pull a lot of weight anymore because you could be done, lose yours. And if you're a really good team and you stumble twice and then win the last 2 games, you're going to get in. If you're in there, you're not going to miss out. Yet some hate it because they say, well, we're rewarding a 3-loss team. Well, if that 3-loss team is still better than a smaller Division I team that is not a Power 4 team,
right?
You pick the 24 best. The only reason for me, Segs, is because it's not because it creates more competition. There's more energy. We get it done sooner, and there's more buzz. And the competition, there'll be more buzz from the start of December until the middle of January. That's just the way I feel. But I don't for one second think that the 24th team in the country is winning a national championship.
I'm just trying to think, I guess, if you go 24, so I guess you could do, I'm trying to think how you would do, would you have to do buys or would it just straight up work?
Well, let's see. What is it? Well, let's do the math. You go 1 versus 24 is what you're saying,
yeah.
2 versus 23, 3 versus 22. Go down. I mean, I guess we could do it. You would have, even number of teams, but we've had that before with 12. They give them. It depends on how many buys you give, I guess, if you didn't want to do it. It's got to be with an even number, right? 6. Can't you go 124, 223? Can't you? Wouldn't you come to the right number? Some of you math guys on here. Dr. J, I know you're one of those guys. I don't think you have to. See, I'm against buys. I am. I want you to have to go just like college hoops. I want you to have to earn it. You're the 1 seed, so you're going to get the 24th team. Yeah. But I want you to have to earn. I want you to play them all. I don't want buys. I want you to play them all. You get it at home. You get the home game. We knock it out. Play the championship game, I guess, on a rotation like you do now, Sigs. But for me, do we give buys in college hoops to tournament?
No.
No. Once everybody's in after the play-in, 64. We don't give buys. The 1 plays 16, and if you get the upset, which we've seen a couple times, then you got the bonus is, well, what advantage does it get to be undefeated in the number 1 seed? You get to play number 24. That's the advantage. Right. I don't like buys. I want them all to play them all. Shouldn't get extra rest. Your bonus is you're the number 1 seed, so you play the worst team in the tournament, at least by, when I say worst, at least by ranking.
Yeah. Yeah, I just feel like, I don't know, 24 is just a lot. That's just a lot for me.
What don't you, aside from too many teams and watered down, what else don't you like about it, Segs?
It's
you hate the distance of it. You don't want it.
Yeah, like I said,
it doesn't mean shit.
I don't know. I look at the 16, and that's where I've kind of gone to is the 16. It's the clean, 16 down to 8, down to 4, down to 2. I like that cleanness of it. And then it's 4 weeks, right? It's 4 weeks. You start first week in December, you're done first week in January. You don't take weekends off. I don't care. You just tell the NFL, hey, we're playing games. If it does something to you, sorry.
I don't think the NFL really hurts them.
I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
You can love both. Right.
Yeah, people are going to watch it. So I just like the cleanliness of the 16, where the 1 plays the 16 and so on. And then we don't have a 4-loss, whoever in at 24. And we're like, oh, yeah, they deserve to be in the playoff. You know what I'm saying?
There's some big name team that's a blue blood team in Ohio State or USC or Michigan get in, or because, but they're scheduled. I'll tell you another thing, Sigs. By doing it this way, not having a conference championship, you'll schedule tougher non-conference. You'll
Yeah.
schedule tougher games. We won't get the Alabama beats Tennessee Chattanooga by 50. Or you get my point.
If you're going to 24 teams, you have to. I don't think there should be. You get one FBS game. That's it, and we figure out the rest.
Right. Agreed.
I mean, these
that's
super
the other thing.
conferences,
I'm missing something. That's what
add
it is.
more
If you
to it.
schedule
Yeah.
tougher games.
Like you better be scheduling tougher games, because if you have 3 losses and you played 3 FBS teams, I'm sorry, you don't deserve to be in.
Right.
Like it's so.
It says with the conference championship, we've gotten to the point when you get your ass kicked, but because you got a big reputation, they still put you in the playoff.
Yeah, for sure.
So
yeah.
Well, I know everybody likes to hang banners. They're archaic now.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the first round of the playoffs being the time of the conference championship, and we're rolling. Okay, we're rolling. Give Army, Navy their day, and they deserve it. We can never lose that. And then you get rolling, man. And I don't want bye week. You won. You're the number 1 team. You're Georgia, and the 24th team is Southern Cal. That's who you're playing, man. You're not getting a bye week. And then everybody gets the same amount of rest. Everybody gets the same amount. You just get, a special home, and it's going to be a big buzz between the hedges if you're number 1. And not only that, revenue, more teams, more sharing and all that. And maybe get an upset in the first round, which will make us all happy.
I'm pretty sure, if my math is correct in my head, and you can tell me if I'm wrong here, you got 24 teams. You got 12 teams on each side, right?
Yes.
So you can't not have buys. So in my head, as I'm thinking about this, I think you would have to have 8 teams get a bye. Because if you have 16 and that goes down 16 to 8 to 4.
How many do we have? We have
24 goes 24 to 12 to 6. You can't have a top 6.
That's right.
So you got to have.
That's why that's why I asked him in my head doing it.
Says 8 buys from your top 8 teams are getting a bye.
Yeah, but that's too many. That's too many.
But I think
that's 3/4 of this playoff.
Do it that way, or the
24
numbers
teams
don't work.
Right, 24 teams also gives you almost a third of Division I teams.
Right, and now if you got to do 8 teams getting buys, now a third of your playoff gets a bye.
Right.
So
it's the best teams, and so the chances are that 6 of those 8 teams are moving on as they move on because they're well rested. They get 2 weeks, and
if you are one of those top 8 teams, or you're one of the top teams in the country, wouldn't you just say, hey, we're not going to schedule a tough team at the beginning of the season because we know we can get one of those top 8 seeds, and then we get a bye, and
you're fresh-legged and not injured, right?
Yeah, you get a huge week off. Because playing the 24th ranked team as the 1 team, you're going to go out and win, but you could lose a star player just on a cut, and he tears his ACL, and now he's out for the playoffs. So 24 is just too much for me. I like the cleanliness of 8 or 16. I don't even like the fact that we have buys now at 4.
I hate it too. There's no doubt.
So that's where 16
doing this, you
and
only
8.
get 1 bye week.
Yeah,
but you're right. I'm sitting here doing the math.
No buys, nothing.
I'm sitting here thinking about it. Oh yeah, okay. Because at 16 you don't need a bye.
Right.
16 and you're going 16 plays 1. You don't. But when you did 24 and you start to break it down, after we do the math with our geniuses on the right side, it's like I can't have 8 buys in the first round.
Right. So, and I wish the NFL, I don't mind the way it's set up now where the top team gets a bye. But I also hate the fact that half the NFL will get in the playoffs if you go 8 teams in each conference. But I do like the fact that nobody would get a bye. You got to win however many games to win a Super Bowl.
You get the home game and you get to play the worst seed. That's the way I want it. Because we want to see, and I want to see you have to deal with, protect your starting quarterback, because if he gets hurt and you're the 1 seed, or your right guard, now going forward, how are you going to do with backups as well? I'm not a big bye guy, Segs. That's why one during the season I prefer. That's why I said the watered down too many still bugs me. And now we figured out the math on 24 teams. You have to give buys away. That bugs me because I just want everybody I want to treat like college hoops. I want you, not that many teams, but I want you to have to get after it and compete and prove that you're focused and ready to play the 24th team in the country or in the NFL, the worst seed. I'm not a big buy guy in the playoffs.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what comes of it. It sounds like it's going to be 24. And like you said, the only reason it's going to be 24 is revenue, which in the end is money.
Well,
And
we
then
could have ended
everybody
this
can make
conversation in 30
Yeah.
seconds, Segs. We both hate it. We both love it. One loves it. One hates it. We kind of like a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, why are they doing it? Money.
Money.
In the conversation.
Yes.
There you go.
Money. Real quick before we get out of here, did you see LeBron last night? Basically blaming the
Mad at
reason
Luka?
they lost to OKC was because Luka didn't play. Well, when you lose 33 points a game, of course it's hard to beat the 1 seed.
You think it's Captain Obvious? I got news for him.
It's
going to be hard to beat the 1 seed if Luka was averaging 33 points a game in the postseason, dude.
Someone tell me when Jordan ever did that. It was like, oh, shit, I didn't have Scotty tonight.
No, you know what he just said? I got to play better without Scotty.
Yeah.
That's what he just said.
Yeah. He would have went out and won the fucking game.
Especially if it was preventing to get to a game 7. He just said, we don't play in those game 7s. Yeah.
That guy last night that just came out and blatantly said, oh, here's the reason we lost, because another guy's hurt. That's some people's jokes.
Right. Well, yeah, and he beat Houston in the first round, Segs. So guess what?
He's the GOAT.
Kenneth Perkins says he's now the GOAT. The argument is done. One last thing, and as we said, if I said right now, Segs, a full healthy Lakers roster, are they beating Oklahoma City?
No.
Okay, so there's that. Okay, but I'm glad Bron told us that.
By the way, in shocking NBA news, Joel Embiid out tonight because of a hip and an ankle.
What did we say last time? We said, well, there's a chance that the only way that Embiid, can he sustain this great play throughout the playoffs without being hurt? There's your answer. And you know damn well they're not going far if he's hurt for more than 1 game. Speaking of injuries, we mentioned Carlos Correa out for the year.
Yeah.
A tendon during batting practice when he hurt it. Things are not well in Houston, man. It is going to be a long year there. And their starting pin with Hunter Brown out, starting pin, Javier, 6, their ERA, their bullpen, and it's like a 6 ERA. Now they pitched their ass off against the Dodgers last night.
Yeah.
They did a phenomenal job. They can't sustain that. I think there's going to be a lot of changes made in Houston and probably at the top when the season's over.
Yeah, and they are needed. All right, that'll do it for today's show. We'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central, like we always are. We'll continue to talk NBA playoffs. We'll continue to talk baseball, football, any big stories that break. We'll talk about it. And, we're just getting closer and closer to football season. That's what the summer always becomes down to. You're watching some baseball games, but in the end, you're sitting there. You got the NBA draft kind of help off season. I guess if you're a NBA playoff watcher, like avid NBA playoff watcher, you're enjoying this time. I love the hockey playoffs, but it's just, you're kind of sitting here just being like, okay, let's get to September, August, even when baseball really matters. And you got football starting, both college and NFL. That's the best time of year.
I'll tell you what, along with as we move towards football, Segs, I was thinking about, because, the YouTube exclusive, and we're growing. We're still in our infancy of YouTube and getting it rolling, and with Bailey and Laura doing a phenomenal job for us. That there's a part of me, a contest that I'm willing to pony up, that the faster they can spread the word about our show and get us to 25,000 subscribers. I don't know if people even do this. It's not, what are we begging? Why not, Segs? Are we too proud to beg? I mean, we're growing our YouTube channel. Is that all we're trying to do, Segs? Is get the word brand awareness, get it out there because we got good stuff. That I may say when we get 25 grand, I'm trying to figure out how to do it. That I'll pony up 10K. We'll do a contest. Get us the faster you get to 25 grand. That a 10K contest, winner take all, somehow, some way. The quicker we don't do the contest until we get to 25K. Are you allowed to do that? Are you allowed to say that on YouTube? You are, right? Are we allowed to do that?
No idea.
It's
new to us.
I mean, I'm allowed to give money away. It's my own. It's my money, right? But if we want to do it or create a contest, so like and subscribe and share it with your friends, because the sooner we get there, I'm always willing to reward people for a little bump in the action. Yeah, the right way, the fair way, and the honest way, and that's honest doing it the right way. And we can all use that. That's
just getting over to YouTube at Unpaved Sean Salisbury. That's where you can like and subscribe. You can follow Sean, get a lot of content from the show throughout the day at Sean Unfiltered, at S Salisbury Show, and at Adam G. Sager. That's where you'll get all the little clips to then you can go find the link and watch the full show on YouTube. And as you said, thanks to Bailey, Laura, all our viewers, commenters, listeners, we'll be back tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern, noon Central. Peace.
UNPAVED, Sean Salisbury here. We're bringing authentic, real stuff to you. Hardcore opinion.
Sean Salisbury, a great NFL analyst, a former NFL quarterback.